go through the technical difficulties. Welcome, adventurers. We're back with another session of the War of the Chromatics.
And we're digital.
We're digital! Yeah, this time we're digital. We had some, conflicts, all that. We decided to do a remote session. This is improvising for the remote session. So today, folks, when we last left off, and boy, has it been a minute since we've done anything in the world of Prismatica.
Yeah.
We had Seth's wonderful winter wonderland excursion to celebrate Christmas. But in the last main session, the party made it to Ironspire. They were welcomed with open arms, greeted by the folks that reside in Ironspire, the Genasi. Welcomed them to the party. They ate some moss sauce, it's some good sauce and moss sauce. But ultimately, was all set up to be a trap. As the party ended up getting separated. Gaze is with Stormweaver, and Ignatious is currently trapped with his parents, as Zoran arrives to save the party, or the rest of the party, and is now currently in the bunker.
All right.
As the rest of you all kind of get your surroundings, your feel for what's going on. As this is, after the events of one of the Warforges showing up to execute you on the spot, Zorn got you all out quickly, taking you to his safe house.
Dog.
Well,
You got that dog in.
Welcome to the safe house. Make yourselves at home. Let me just get my bearings here. Make sure that I have the right faces with the right names. Fairy, you're Excalibur, correct?
That would be correct, yes.
All right. And then the white dragonborn is Erigrax.
Correct.
That one, who's still asleep on the couch, is Valdim.
What a slouch.
And then you're Null.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have been keeping tabs on you guys for a while now. Ever since you started traveling with Ignatious.
You the feds?
No. Trust me. I'm trying to kill the feds.
You have a problem with law.
Of this city? Yes. Not in
No.
general.
Highly understandable.
Yeah, they tried to kill you. I assume that you would agree with me here.
You are in fact correct.
But yeah, I have been keeping tabs on Ignatius ever since he left this city. He is, as I see it, the key to changing this city. He's the only one to come from here that has even thought about sharing the information, wanting to share it.
Yeah, that's important. If
Without him, and he is the son of two of the highest ranking council members. He is the only way for us to really fix this city as I see it. Though, his meeting tomorrow is not going to go well.
Why you say that?
I have dealt with the council a lot. I mean, I've killed 3 of them, so I have a lot of information. And they are not going to let him leave. He will not make it out of there alive if we are not there to help.
I see.
Well, I say we when you guys lost your magic.
Yes. Excalibur looks kind of deeply into the ground. You can see his eyebrows kind of just furrow down as a line forms across his head. You can almost see him in thought.
Well, let me show you something real quick. I'm gonna guide you guys over to the table in the center of the room, and on it is a map, a very, very crudely drawn map, which I'm going to post in the Chromatics Discord. There we
Zoran,
go.
I'm going to interrupt you for a second.
Yeah, what is it?
Something that you should take into calculations is, while I might be a sorcerer, that is not the only place I can draw power. Before I was a sorcerer only, I was also a paladin, so I have some martial ability as well.
So you and Excalibur can be of use. So this
I also have innate powers that I could utilize without the need of magic.
That is very useful. So I'll give you a rough breakdown of exactly what is causing this magic disturbance. It is a multiple device contraption. There's 6 of them. They're called arcane generators. With the 6 of them working in tandem, it achieves the effect of fully blocking your guys' magic. I know the locations of 3 of them. I still have not located the other 3. There are 6 in total. Though I believe I know where a 4th one is. I haven't had time to check. But on this map, the 2 circles are the council meeting place is the one that is in red. The blue one is the central spire, which is the biggest problem that we are going to face. I promise you that. And then on the far right, the rectangle in green is the mansion, where another one is located.
Oh.
I believe that there is a 4th one located in that pink diamond. I haven't had time to check, though. So, for the time being, I know where 3 of them are. Though we should hold off on getting rid of the one that's in the council room, because, surprise, I am hijacking that one in order to still use some fun abilities that drive the council insane.
What do you mean you're hijacking?
I am in communication with a higher power. His name is Edzar. And he has... I asked a favor of him to take this device and manipulate it for my own benefit. It is still one of the things blocking your guys' magical abilities, but it also enhances me as a singular.
So that'll be like the last one to go.
That should probably be the last one we take care of. Though the biggest issue right now is saving Ignatius's ass.
I agree.
We can talk about the issues of the spire when he is here. We can talk about the pin board on the wall.
How do you propose that we save Ignatius?
Well, first I'm going to let him speak his piece. If we take him out before he tries, then I don't know if he will work with us.
Okay.
We need to at least give him his attempt at changing their minds, even though I am very confident that it will not work. But when it does inevitably fail, I can do what I did with you guys. Cast a shadow across the area. Get in, get out. He will be safe. I don't know if you guys coming along is the safest bet, but I also don't want to leave you guys behind. So if you want to come, you can. Just make sure to stay close to me, because if you separate from me too much, we're going to have issues.
As y'all make your plans in the Capitol building, or to eventually make your way to the courtroom, the courthouse, we head over to where am I here? Hello?
Yep, you're back.
Yeah,
You're back.
but you
You're
just
back.
hit a lag spike.
Love that. We head over to the courthouse.
Another
Lag spike 2.
Another lag spike number 2.
Slay.
Allo, ready? You knocking it off? We good? We back?
Hopefully.
As we go over to the courthouse where Ignatious is being held. Ignatious, currently you are you're in a dark room. There's no windows.
Thank you.
As you can't really tell much of your surroundings. You're sitting, you're at a table and chair. You're not restrained or anything. You're free to move. As you hear a knock on the door.
I get up. I go open the door.
As you open the door, there stands an Earth Genasi. Oh, Ignatius. It's good to see you.
Do I know this person?
You do.
Okay.
The
Do I need
Earth
to make a
Genasi.
perception? Okay.
No, the Earth Genasi that is standing before you is known as Baron.
Okay.
Baron, before you were voted to exile, Baron was the only other Genasi that voted in your favor.
I look at him. My face glows a little bit. Baron, my friend, how have you been? I invite him in. I invite him into my homely room.
Oh, it's I can't say the same old in Ironspire. Every day is a new thing in Ironspire.
You can say that again, man. You can say that again.
But that's not why I'm here. Why
are you here?
As one of the council members, I am here to prepare you for your appeal. You asked to speak. They're here to let you speak. As for your friends, though, they already put a hit on them.
As I figured they would. As I figured that they would.
They, well, I can't say they put a hit on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
That blob.
Oh. Yes.
You'll tell me about it later.
Did they?
But
Did what happened with him? I'll tell you more about him. Yes, if I make it out of this, I'll tell you more.
he's up in the spire. He's with Stormweaver.
He's with Stormweaver in the spire.
He's fascinated by him.
Stormweaver's fascinated, or he's fascinated by Stormweaver.
No, Stormweaver's fascinated with that blob. It's like obsessed.
His name is Gaze, by the way. I'll tell you a little bit about him now, so you can kind of gauge the understanding. He is not how we would say this of this world.
Clearly.
Yes. So as you can probably guess, that's probably why he's of interest to Stormweaver.
Well, whatever it may be,
Mm-hmm.
Stormweaver has his own desires.
Mm-hmm.
He will
As
be
I know he does.
He will be there during the council meeting.
Stormweaver will be?
Well, of course, he's the head.
Good. Baron, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
All those many, many months ago, back when I was, exiled, and you voted in my favor. Why did you do it?
Well, you got spunk, kid. The reason I agree with your values, you watch as Ironspire grew and developed in such a short amount of time. It should be technology shared with the whole world. The rest, not too fond of the idea of sharing their great sacred treasures, you could say, as open information in their eyes seems like a weakness. We're strong. Us showing information should just show us how much stronger we are. As what is Stormweaver's vision on why? I can't tell you because I don't know. His words are what convinced people to follow him and his values. I have free will. I'm not subjected to think a certain way. Clearly, I'm still on the council even after I voted for you.
Well, you Earth Genasi have always had a stronger will than most.
Well, yeah, you could say it's because we're rock hard.
If I had to guess, several of your fellow Earth Genasi probably agree with me.
Most of the others, they live to work. They're gonna die to work. They don't really care what goes on in the higher. If they can go mine for ore or build a building, they would rather go do that than listen to some government talk.
Right.
But I want to stress something. Normally, there's an audience. There's more than just the council and you. Normally, you have, the people, the witness. They are not letting anybody in. They are only allowing the council, the warforges that are guarding And, well, you.
Baron, if I had to guess, this feels as if they are walking me to my execution.
Well, thankfully, that's technically not the case. Because as today, I stand on your behalf. No longer having to worry about such a threat as long as you got good old Baron by your side.
I knew I could count on you, Baron.
So, please tell me you have a good speech, because I don't fixing to get shot today.
Baron, what? Come on, you know me. You know I got a good speech written. You know I got a good speech ready to go.
Oh, thank God. Look, as much as I'd say I'd take a bullet for you, I don't want to take a bullet for you.
Well, it all comes down to whether or not, one, they're going to listen, but two, are they actually going to listen? You know what I mean? Like,
Stormweaver always believed in a fair chance. Whatever. He stood by that. Not
but is it a fair chance, or is it just that perception of a fair chance? Because if it's the perception of a fair chance, it's very different.
I agree. I don't know because
no one knows.
For the most part, he's kind to most of us here. No one that I can think of runs into an issue with him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, except for that Goliath.
The what?
Well, that Goliath, the one that's always causing trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember his name. He messes with shadows.
Do I know anything about Zornin prior to this? Okay.
Yeah.
You said he messes with shadows?
He's there 1 second and he's gone the next.
Was he around when I was here, or did he show up after I left?
He must have been around prior. I don't back when we relied on the Goliaths to be more of the heavy lifting for what the Earth Genasi couldn't.
Right.
Now that we're at the point of relying on Warforges, enchanting these creatures to do most of the work, they can keep working longer. They last longer.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I actually haven't seen many of the Goliaths around. But like I said, nowadays I'm drowning in paperwork.
Yeah.
I don't get out. So
the great Baron stuck behind a desk doing paperwork. I never thought I'd see the day.
Neither did I, because somebody's got to fill it out, and apparently your parents can't do it.
Yeah, well, apparently my parents can't do a lot of things on their own. They have without being told by a dragon what to do. So,
well, your mom makes a bomb-ass sauce.
She does. Ma's sauce has always been fire.
Like
a bomb-ass sauce.
Pun intended. I am a fire genasi. Thank you.
As
roll for charisma.
As you're talking to Baron.
Mm-hmm.
You hear footsteps. As standing there is Stormweaver.
Lovely. At the doorway?
Right. Well, kinda. He's tall, so he's kind of like peeking his head through the door because of his stature. He kind of is bigger than the door.
Mm-hmm.
Well, well, well.
I kind of turn my head. I look over at him.
You miss me?
Was Stormweaver here when I left?
Yeah.
So I know who he is.
You didn't know he was a dragon.
But
You
I
just
knew who this individual was. I didn't know he was Stormweaver though, right?
You knew his name was Stormweaver and that he was an Air Genasi.
But I didn't know he was a dragon.
Correct.
Well, right back at you, Stormweaver.
Oh, it's going to be a spectacular time today. I can't wait to hear your speech, champion of Tiamat. Oh, how's mother?
Will she be willing to speak to him?
You can try.
Would you like to speak to her?
Ma wants to talk. I'd love to talk to Ma.
I kind of go into my head.
Give me a religion check.
Ooh, okay. What's my religion? Hold on. All right. I have a new set of dice. I want to roll.
Ooh.
I think I have those dice.
It's the ones that if you put them under a UV light, they glow red.
Okay, I don't have those fancy.
Like
You got
lava.
the
The ones I showed you.
overlight.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Oh my god. All right. I rolled a 10 plus 4, 14.
You hear Tiamat. Man, he's grown. A lot taller.
He's big.
So what do you do to get yourself in this predicament?
Listen, we wanted to look. We found out Stormweaver was a dragon. I wanted to confront the situation. My parents have always been better with their words than me and quicker on their feet, and they lured us right into a trap. I should have seen it coming, and
So you fucked around and found out.
I fucked around and I found out. Yes,
Okay.
and
Okay,
I'm
so
not calling you for help, but he's here and he asked how you were doing. Figured I'd give you the wheel.
Oh, what if my kid wants to talk to me?
I didn't know if he wanted to talk to you, but I asked if he would like to speak to you, and he said, "Sure, why not?"
Fucking Stormweaver. Always just whatever. It's like the wind. Just whoosh.
You want me to tell him that you don't want to talk to him?
No, I'll talk to him. As Ignatius, you feel Tiamat taking control.
My eyes go red.
Oh, Stormweaver. You still clinging on to that title? Can't let people know your real name?
Hmm?
It's nice to see you too, Ma. For your worries, only a select few will ever hear my name. You won't tell them my name. That is for them to find out later. Very well. I can see the time here has done you well. As you're huge. Please don't kill Ignatius. I ask kindly. You better hope he has a good speech. And let the council choose. As
Am I able to take back control from her whenever I see fit?
Yeah.
If it's not like the full takeover. Okay. If they're going to continue the conversation, I take back control. Because I have taken very particular note to the bit of information where he is very adamant about us not knowing his name. And I would like to take back control, and I would like to say, so, not your real name, huh?
Come on. What's a name like Storm? That's a title. Just a mighty title.
I get it. But boy, be a real shame if one of us already knew what your name was.
She doesn't even remember what my real name is.
Not according to her.
You can ask her. I haven't gone by my real name in a millennia. It's been years. You're welcome to ask. She won't remember. She barely remembers why the rest of her kin doesn't even talk to her.
Well, let's not spoil the fun just yet. Why don't you leave me be? Leave me to my thoughts. And I will I will complete this conversation in the council chamber.
Very well. You have 1 hour before you meet the council.
Okay.
While you prepare, Baron is going to help you. We go back over to the bunker.
So she truly doesn't know his name.
She truly does not remember his name.
Fuck. Okay. Is there anything I know from my time with her that, like, anything that I can, like, dig out of my brain that would give me a hint to what his name is? Or no?
Sadly, no.
Fuck. Okay. Sounds good. Thought I was doing something there when I was talking to him.
As we look at the bunker, Zoran, Null, Aerograx, Excalibur, Valdim's still sleeping. You watch as a letter is slipped under the door.
At this time of day. Interesting. I go over and I open the note.
On the note, there it reads, if you're looking for Ignatious, he's already in the council hall. If you're looking for Gaze, he is at the top of the spire.
So Gaze is a no-go for now.
Zoran.
And where
Yes.
are we? For some reason, my memory is like blank of where we are, or what happened.
You're currently in Zorn's bunker, the safety bunker that is somewhere in Ironspire.
Oh, okay. So we're
Transported us
safe.
here.
We're in a safe place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the Wi-Fi password here?
Unfortunately, we don't have Wi-Fi here. Anyways,
Wi-Fi?
what was your question, Aragrax?
Just oh.
Oh no, I'm right here. I'm sorry, I didn't look quite yet. My question is, would it be beneficial for us to attack the chamber first before we take down the anti-magic field so that they are at the equal disadvantage that we are.
The biggest issue we're going to run into is that they have been manufacturing weapons in recent times. Those 2 yellow rectangles on the map. One is where they're making vehicles, like tanks. And the other one is where they're manufacturing their weaponry, like guns, pistols, you name it. They will have an advantage against us if we do not have your guys' magic.
I understand.
What if we simply just sabotage? Just interrupt their creation of deadly devices.
I do have a plan for that, but I believe our first course of action should be saving Ignatius, because that will take too long. And if we don't help Ignatius, I don't think he's making it out alive. Once we have Ignatius, we will then move on to that step. But for now, we need to put all of our focus on him.
Take the flower that was originally my spear out of my hair. I propose you're right. I would like to make some preparations before we set out.
Yes. Would you mind if I take a look at that flower for a second?
Yes. I pass him the flower. The white shadow. I mean, Zoran. This flower.
Seeing as I have a bypass to the magical stuff, would there be any way for me to shift this into the spear form?
Yeah, give me an arcane check.
Arcane check? Cool. It's... Where are you, Zoran? There you are. Arcane check. Ah, damn it. That's a 6.
As you try to use your magical influence to the flower to try to return it back to its original state, you flick it, and it turns into the pike, but it's the same size as the flower was.
Well, I tried my best.
I take my spear. Well, I can cut someone's ankles out with this.
It's a great toothpick.
I wish I could have done more.
It is all good. But I have a plan.
I now have solid information that Ignatius is already in the council hall, so we should probably get going.
Yes. I suppose we shall.
All right, let's go. Leave Valdim on the couch.
Yeah, let him rest it off.
That is the exact image I have in my head.
Dude had a long night dreaming about what was her name? Jessica?
Victoria.
Victoria.
Oh, he had a long night dreaming about Gladys and frozen T-Rexes.
Yes.
He's doing his own second.
Yes.
His own second quest.
He ended up back in the world. Doesn't know how to
He
get out
actually
now.
died in the stream world.
As you all step out from the door of the bunker, you notice that you are in the sewers of Ironspire.
Thank God I have wings.
Sorry, finding a place
Just floating.
far from the Genasi's realm of trying to figure out where I was
Mhm.
isn't the most cushy of locations.
Excalibur, would you say you're a little bit of a clean freak?
That's the reason why I'm flying right now. My feet ain't touching that ground like you.
Excalibur, as
Oh, fuck you.
you start flying, some slime drips down from the roof of the sewer and just lands right on your face.
Yuck.
Second.
If you wish to stay in the bunker, you can. I don't believe I'll need you
Okay.
for the time being.
Out of pure frustration, Excalibur, without saying a word, punches the wall, and a hole is engraved in it, exact size and shape of his fist. As he wipes off the slime off his face. I do not want to talk this place. Let's get out.
All right.
Love.
As you all make your way through the sewer system, I need you all to make Null, Zoran, Excalibur, Aragorn. I need you to all make a perception check for me real quick.
Oh, all of us? Interesting.
Mm.
That is a 17. I'm rolling my
Jesus.
physical dice. D&D Beyond is
22.
terrible.
It's just you. It's just you.
No,
got
it's so
21.
laggy. It's super laggy for me.
Yeah. We got 21, 22, 23, and a 17.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. 22.
We
for
all
Null.
seen stuff.
As
The lowest was a 17. Crazy.
you were the lowest. As you are going through the tunnels, you all notice as you're getting closer to the capital or the court hall that you can kind of peek through some of the side sewer grates and see that the war forges are kind of all over the place, guarding entrances.
Figured as much.
Ensuring that only the council will be in the building today.
I don't know if you guys will be able to make it through. I have my ways. But unless it's quick and concise, getting him out of there is going to be a hell of a lot of work.
With my trusty spoon, anything is possible.
Top 10 hardest lines.
Just make sure not to draw their attention.
I shall wait for the right moment to brandish thy spoon.
As you all continue getting ready to sneak in, you watching the Warforged soldiers as they roaming around. You can tell that the council meeting has begun. As the shift from guarding the entrance as they all head inside. Zoran,
Yes.
one thing you do know about the courthouse is, though the Warforges are efficient, they are forgetful.
Okay.
And they don't always remember to make sure they lock the back door to the courthouse.
All right. We're not taking the front entrance. Follow me this way.
The front would be silly.
Very much so.
As you guys are making your way through the sewers, towards closer to the back entrance, we go over to Ignatious. Ignatious, Baron sets his hand on your shoulder. It's time.
Yes, it is.
You and Baron make your way out of the room, and Baron leads you to the courtroom. There sits the 13 council members. Yeah, there sits the 13 council members, with one seat being open, as that is where Baron would normally be in such matters. But as Baron volunteered to help represent you, he still has a vote, but won't be taking a seat in the council.
So the 3 that I killed were already replaced?
As they all take their seats, you see water and earth and air and fire genasies take their place. You see your parents both on each side of Stormweaver, as he is sitting in the middle. As Stormweaver adorns such formal wear, Ignatious, you requested to speak to us. You have words to tell. This is your time to speak. What is your
Thank you.
case?
Thank you. I didn't study this, guys, so I'll be reading what I wrote down. Everyone bear with me.
I gave you good.
I didn't memorize it. Thank you. I stand up from my chair that I was sitting in. I walk kind of to the center. Is it kind of in like a circle?
Pretty much, yeah. Like
Okay.
view them all kind of being a little higher up.
Oh, I got you.
That's
Okay.
like
Yep,
kind of
yep,
like
yep,
a high council. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm kind of up walking around like a lawyer would give his final statements. Honored council and esteemed elders, I stand before you not as an enemy of our people, but as one who seeks to fulfill the greater potential of our legacy. I acknowledge the gravity of my actions, and yet I ask you to hear me out. Not with anger, but with the wisdom that has always been our guiding flame. I was born of fire, and with that gift comes a duty. Not only to preserve and protect the knowledge of our people, but to carry it forward in service to a world that often burns without direction. If you have been out there, you will have seen this. You know our history. You know what our knowledge, our culture, our power has always been both. A burden and a beacon. For generations, we have kept our secrets, our lore, our fire, our stone, our water, and our air. We've kept it bound within the borders of our land. We have protected it, nurtured it, and yet I ask you now, have we truly given this gift to the world? Have we even tried to give this gift we have worked so hard together to cultivate and create? I did not leave our home with a desire to betray or abandon our people. I left because I saw a world outside our borders, one that was suffering, one that was burning, one that needed our wisdom. The world is not made of fire alone. It is made of all of us. All of us can give back. And they need our insight, our strength, and yes, our flame, our water, our stone, and our air. The knowledge we possess, the ways we harness the power that we have within us, can bring renewal to those on the brink of destruction. Our methods, our techniques, our philosophy, these are the tools that can heal, not harm, not what I see. I took that knowledge out of our walls because I believed in the greatness of all of us, not just within our borders, but as a force for good in the world. We are the keepers of an ancient wisdom, and if we withhold it in isolation, we deny not only the world the benefits of that knowledge, but also deny ourselves the chance to influence a future greater than what we have known. Our people are strong, but we're not invulnerable. We are not impervious to change, to the tides of time. We do not evolve if we do not share what we know and learn from others. We risk becoming stagnant, a fire that burns without light or warmth. The flame within us should not flicker in darkness. It should blaze bright, illuminating the way for others and showing them the path to their own strength. What I ask for now is not forgiveness, but understanding. My actions were born of a desire to expand, to connect, to help, and to build. I did not take our knowledge out to weaken us, but to strengthen both our people and those we chose to aid. The world outside is not our enemy, and to refuse it the light of our wisdom is to abandon our potential to truly lead. If I am allowed the freedom to come and to go, to bring this knowledge, I will not only bring back the knowledge that I have gained, but also share with our people the truths that I have learned, that we are not isolated, that we are part of a larger whole. And I brought that with me. My friends, my companions. Our fire can light the world, but it cannot do so if we keep it hidden under a lid. The more we share, the more we grow. The more we share, the more we ensure the fire, the stone, the water, and the air within us never goes cold. I ask for your judgment, not as one who has wronged our people, but as one who believes in the greater good of the Genasi and in the potential of all the world to rise with us. Let us not be exiled in fear. Let us be exiled in hope, for in the light of the hope, we will find the true strength of our people. I ask you to look in your hearts. The future that you're being sold is not who we are. With that, I complete my time. I walk back over to the chair they brought for me and I sit down.
No, for some reason,
Would-
gets the urge to start clapping down in the sewer.
Would we be in line of sight of him at this point?
Not yet.
Okay.
As a water genasi stands up, Ignatious, you claim we're keeping the knowledge away from the people, from the rest of the world. But is the rest of the world ready for our knowledge? You talk about your companions that you brought. Wasn't the fairy prince, the one with you,
Yes. His name is Excalibur.
didn't he try to send messages via carrier pigeon?
Yes.
In an age of magic where in a snap of our fingers we can deliver a letter?
Do I know this water genasi?
The water genasi that stands before you is known as Neptune.
Neptune, I've known you a long time. You've been here a long time.
That I have.
How often do you go out into the real world?
Out in the real world?
How often have you traveled through Prismatica?
Well, it's not much to travel after you decimated all those villages.
You're projecting. Answer my question.
As I've gone out, I've helped the small villages that have contributed to what is the greatness of Ironspire.
The point of what I'm trying to get across is the information and the knowledge and the wealth and the technology that we have can help project or can help propel this world into the next age. I'm not asking it. I'm not asking you to give them every ounce and every cent and every little bit of knowledge that we have all at once. That is going to cause any society to implode. But what I ask is that we send any kind of, not necessarily a messenger, but send envoys, groups of us, groups of fire, water, air, earth genasis to settlements far from here. You brought up the settlements close. Yes, and I will acknowledge the damage that I have done. And I'm trying to right that wrong by slowly working my way through these villages and fixing what I can and doing what I can. I am trying to atone. But have you ever gone to the southernmost points of Prismatica? Have you ever gone to the eastern, to the western? Out there, they are primitive. They're stuck in an age that we no longer need be stuck in. They see. I don't have my elemental revolver with me right now, do I? It's taken from me, right?
No, you
Yeah.
have no weapons on you.
I say the people of Ironspire know about it though, right? They know they know my weapon of choice.
Yeah, they're well aware of the weapon that
So
you have.
These people see my weapon. They see what I'm capable of, and not just physically, but technologically and mentally. And they can't believe it. They see these things and they're just in awe. And that's just the first step. There's so many other things that even I don't have access to or haven't had access to because I've been away. I see the things you've created and the things you've built, and I'm not asking you to share this with the world in the exact moment we're in. But if we send these envoys out and share a little bit of knowledge at a time and help them create water spindles, to help them create circulated air technology to help them just grow and advance a little bit more year after year. Just think, not only one, how great this world can be, but two, how grateful they would be to us. How grateful they would be to Ironspire. Just open your minds and think of the possibilities.
Neptune takes a seat. An air genasi known as Alabaster stands up. You want us to open our minds. You want us to, in ways, show the world what it could be. slowly but surely. But at the same time, what if the world doesn't desire this marvel in technology? What if we have creatures, not even creatures, godly beings? We know Bahamut's back. We know Tiamat's back. Two gods that almost destroyed Prismatica. There's more. I understand your want to envelop the world on what is being created here, what possibilities we have. But you do have to understand that there's some folks here that have went through the catastrophe of what Bahamut has done, sacrificed the people to reshare that this information. What if he got it?
Alabaster. First of all, it's good to see you. How's the family?
They're living.
Good. And they'll continue to live. And they can live better lives knowing the world that is out there. Just imagine the things that they could go do and create. Your son has always looked up to those in my shoes, in my father's shoes, my mother's shoes, who have that knowledge. Why, like you mentioned, the outside world not being ready for it. And if they're not, then they're not. But you're not even giving them the choice. And I think providing the choice and the option of wanting to learn this, and yes, you will find villages and you will find little pods of people that don't want it. And that's fine. That's their choice. But what you're doing is not providing them the opportunity. You're not providing them the choice. We're hoarding this knowledge. And you talk about Bahamut. You have Stormweaver in Ironspire calling the shots. You're worried about Bahamut when you have a dragon in your midst in a level of control and power. Who,
what do you mean we have a dragon?
Did you not know that Stormweaver was a dragon, Alabaster? Alabaster. Members of the council, esteemed members of the council. Do you all not know that your high and mighty Stormweaver is a dragon? He's the son of Tiamat. And I'll just let you sit with that for a minute. How many of you knew and how many of you didn't? I'll let you discuss that amongst yourselves. I go back and I sit down in my chair.
Stratos stands up. Stormweaver, being a dragon, not revealing that secret, that knowledge, it makes sense on why we were able to grow and develop thanks to him. He has never shown...
Father, you should let the members of the council decide whether or not they believe not knowing that Stormweaver was a dragon was best for them.
They can decide what they so please.
Then discuss. We're not going to glance over that fact when I just when I just found out that there's members of this council that do not know that fact.
And that's their decision to make. But it still doesn't change the fact that Storm Weaver, who, by the way, without even having to reveal that he was a dragon to impose fear, chose a route of peace to enlighten us, to give us the chance of a lifestyle that you want to give to the whole world, when we're not even sure if we can enable.
But you can. You're choosing not to, because Stormweaver wants to hoard this knowledge and this technology and this wealth. Do you see the things you're building out there, Father? Do you see the technology that you're creating? You're creating war machines. What other reason would you need to create war machines when we could be creating means of water distribution to help everyone have access to water? Like, there's so many things that you and your council, what you're not choosing to do, and what Stormweaver has done is given you this illusion of free will because he was kind, because he was fair, which is all fine and dandy. But that's how the cunning ones get you. That's how the cunning ones gain control. That's how the cunning ones keep control. You're not thinking clearly.
As Stratos sits back down.
Are we in line of sight yet?
I'm really running out of things to say here.
You're getting close. Stormweaver.
That speech was all I had prepared. What'd you just say?
Stormweaver stands.
Fuck, I forgot he was in here.
He looks at the council. What Ignatious speaks is the truth. I am not a genasi. I am the blue dragon, descendant from my mother, Tiamat. But I don't speak a lie, as my goal has always been to improve the life of the people here. I have lived through the tear of what Bahamut has done to these lands. You judge us for creating war machines. We haven't attacked a single person. We haven't gone out on some siege to attack the people. We have kept to ourselves. You don't hear the fairies sharing their knowledge. You don't hear of what is happening over in the Castle of Sylvan. You don't hear about the folks who reside in the Arctic peaks because they keep to their own. We are keeping to our own. We are protecting this home. You can choose not to trust me. You can say that I have corrupted all these people. You can choose to not believe my words. I have never spoken a lie. I have let these people choose. They chose me to lead the council. And you know what? The reason why there's an odd number is so that there is a winning vote. And I have lost votes for things that I voted for because I was the odd one out. You choose to say that I spread lies. The people of Ironspire are strong. They're mighty. They have free will. They can go and explore all they want. But an idea to give or to show show the people what we can create here is too far for them to comprehend. You act like we're in some famine. Some place is struggling to get water. No one's starving. No one's struggling. We live in a golden age all through Prismatica. What is going on now? Some siege. I've heard the battle that you and your companions went through at the academy. I have heard of the revival of Bahamut and Tiamat. Isn't it funny that Tiamat, the one you represent, hasn't even revealed herself, her physical self to you? I stand in front of these people as me, as a visual sight to see. If they want to see me in my dragon form, I will grant it on the vote. If that's what the people see. I just assume that this would be a little bit easier on them to see a friendly face. Someone that is familiar. You got people like Rokus, who is causing no good. You have, I heard about your friend Alder. That burned up in front of you, didn't it? I'm not saying that this world shouldn't have this technology. This world that you have created in your mind is, you act like is suffering. There is war that happens. I've heard of the attack on Orion. My sole role is to ensure the people of Ironspire are well. The people can vote on whether they want to give this knowledge or not. Your words have meaning, Ignatious. You come from a family that is good with their words, that want to educate it. I don't shame you for that. But I do need you to understand that we're not in some dark age that you've described where, oh, they don't have fresh. They have access to fresh water. Anywhere you could get fresh water. I have brought creation where you have left destruction.
May I speak?
You may.
I'm going to, again, speak to not only my parents, but I'm speaking to Alabaster, the family friend I've known for over 2 decades, who has children. I'm speaking to Neptune, the young, aspiring water genasi that I have also known for more than 2 decades. This world that we live in, this world outside of Ironspire, I never once said it's a famine. I never once said it was failing. But, And Stormweaver can run his mouth all he wants about free will and all these things. But what I will say is this. He does see it. He understands. He even said it. This world outside of Ironspire, it's not suffering, but it is stuck. It is stuck. And Ironspire can help it get unstuck. I'm not asking to create these machines that we have spent hundreds, thousands of years creating. But some of our most minuscule creations can solve so many problems that the villages and the people out in Prismatica face. And there's so many. That is why I am appealing to the hearts of those with families to think about the people out there with families that just want a little more. I'm not saying all at once. I'm not saying we give them everything. But I think what you should do, if you truly believe in free will and freedom of choice, the vote should be not, should we give our knowledge to people of Prismatica? But the vote that I am proposing should be, if there are any interested parties in sharing any kind of knowledge that we may have, sending envoys through Prismatica, small groups of creators, engineers, scientists, to just to see the world of Prismatica, and not only just trust the words of Stormweaver or me, but trust the words and the visuals that you will see of the actual people of Prismatica. That's all I ask. Just send envoys to see, and if it is worth our time, which I believe it is, and my friends, Null, Excalibur, Aragrax, Valdim, they would all agree that what we're doing is unfair. And it's elitist, and it is allowing the people of Prismatica to be stuck when we can help them to be unstuck. All I'm asking is for you to give them a chance. And if you actually believe in the freedom of choice and free will, you will put that to a vote.
Very well. Let's vote.
Are they close yet?
Am I in line of sight?
As Zorin, Null, Aragrax, and Excalibur, you are currently walking the halls
Holy shit.
of the courthouse. Can I have you all make a stealth check for me?
And
Look, homeboy, I don't know how fucking stealthy I am. I'm like 9 foot tall and fucking alabaster white.
would this
25,
be like
no.
us being too loud type of stealth, or is this like a physically hiding type of stealth? Because depending, I get advantage.
You are just you're trying to be quiet.
Okay, then I
trying
have
to be
advantage
sneaky.
on it.
Disadvantage.
You saw my roll. I'm not gonna say anything.
18.
Let me roll again. I have disadvantage. Oh my god, I got a 16, even with disadvantage.
You know I would you know
The lowest roll is an 11.
yeah Arax, I would have cried a little bit if you got like below a 10, just because a 22 is a pretty good roll.
Yep.
And then there's fucking Null, who's like, he's invisible.
Yeah.
I also have a question.
Yes.
Can we say with like my dragonborn senses that I have heightened hearing and can hear kind of what's being said?
You can hear this conversation, the debate between Ignatious and the rest of the council.
Just him or all of us?
Ericax, you hear it better than the rest of them. Like you can understand it pretty, like almost word for word.
But we can still hear that they are talking.
But you can hear that they're talking.
You could probably hear some of the words that I was saying more clearly than the council with how high up they are.
That would make sense, yeah.
As you are walking down the halls,
My goal right now is just to get line of sight on him.
You end up stepping on a squeaky floorboard.
Got it.
For a place made of like high quality material, they have
Also-
a fucking squeaky floorboard. What the fuck?
And why the fuck are you walking?
Yeah, why
Yeah,
is he
that's
walking?
Bad roll, I guess.
Not that
Yeah.
sneaky.
I guess I'm not flying. I normally do, but womp
Maybe
womp.
maybe your wings got tired and you fell down, clipped a loud floorboard or something. I don't know.
Dude, Seth, that's a really rough. The fact that you got an 11 due to the fact that I have
Ow.
+7 in stealth is pretty funny.
Dude,
Wait, you have a
it
plus
literally-
7 in stealth?
You rolled a 4!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Literally, it was like 20, and then it just like went to its side. It was awful.
As the squeak. No, as you can see around you, you just ended up stepping on a creaky floorboard. No one seemed to have noticed.
Oh, thank God.
You should probably go back in the air.
I thought I was.
As you get around the corner,
I have line of sight.
you can peek through the crack of a door where you see Ignatious.
Do I just see him, or do I also see
You can see the
Baron
back of
with him?
you can see the back of Ignatius's head. But that's about all you can like see.
Okay.
Zorn, before you do something, I have an idea, and it might get me fucking murdered.
Oh.
Bang.
I don't like the sound of that. But elaborate.
I like to think of myself as a strategist. Going into this, solely trying to gather Ignatius seems cowardly and like it will amplify the issues we are currently facing. Allow me to interrupt and help Ignatius in this meeting to try to persuade the board in whatever direction that we need to sway them. I did talk my way into Ironspire, after all, being a Dragonborn.
I'll give you a chance. But as soon as I see it going south, we are out.
I agree to those terms. So then, Bo, I want to walk up to the door
Oh,
and I want to knock.
As you knock,
We should probably
Yes.
also leave line of sight.
you hear Stormweaver about to say, "All right, let's vote." As you hear the knock from the other side of the room, you see Stormweaver's face darken
Uh-oh.
as this was a council meeting without the public for a reason.
Oh, wait. Really quick. Can I say that while I was sleeping, I talked to my dragon and got Stormweaver's actual name to catch him off guard?
Ooh, I don't know if
She doesn't know his name.
Damn.
Fuck.
Son of a bitch! What the fuck
Anyways,
is this guy's name?
I don't know, but this might be the key to some shit. Tiamat doesn't even know, guys. Oh.
Is there any way for us, as the three that are not in the room, to like find like a window to peer through or something?
There is some windows,
Or like a high vantage point or something.
yeah. You could see it from like one of the windows from the roof.
Yeah. That's where I'm trying to get to.
If you get me fucking murdered,
Dude, if you die, I die. I'm gonna be fucking.
I don't want to die.
Can we just save before we do this so we can try again?
This
Yeah,
ain't
let's
Baldur's
throw a
Gate,
quick save in.
folks.
I wanted to be Baldur's Gate.
As you knock Aragrax, do you say something?
Holy shit.
Yes, I say, please pardon the intrusion, but I believe that I could be of assistance.
Oh,
My
it's
eyes
you.
widen.
It's you.
Hello, Blue Dragon.
How's my sister?
Oh my god.
She is struggling with her champion at the moment.
Of course
I'm just
she
watching
is.
in awe. My eyes are just.
Of course
open.
she is. You know, I create structure here. I firmly believe in structure. As you can tell, the public was not invited to this meeting. However,
I tell Tiamat to be on standby.
you are almost the most perfect person to walk in for a situation like this.
Before
We do
you
currently
pass
have
your
3
judgment.
dragons in the room right now. We do currently
that
have
is-
3 dragons in the room right now.
That's fair. Blue Dragon, might I say some words?
By all means.
Wow, he's letting me.
So, as you know, obviously I am of some relation to your sister, the White Dragon. And if you know what your sister is about, you know she is about creating a fair system for all to succeed, for all to live the way that they wish to live. My goal is to help her aid this. Now, me being a dragonborn, obviously I have heightened senses, so I've been able to listen to most of this meeting on my way here. And there's a couple points that you've brought up that I would like to address. The first
By
thing
all
I would like to
means.
address is Alder. Yes, that has turned sour. That has turned sour in a way in which I believe I can rectify. I shall put an end to the Red Dragon, your brother, and I shall put an end to Alder. Even if it is the last thing that I will do, I will wipe evil from the planet. That is my mission. That is what I am on this adventure for, is to create a world in which all can live and not be in fear of evil beings coming along, chaotically killing anybody they wish.
May I ask you a question?
You may.
Do you think I'm evil?
I do not. Listening to what you have said, I believe you have a deep admiration and respect for the Genasi species.
I would like
However-
to also say that I don't think you're evil.
However, I
I'm
think
just mad at you.
in this admiration, you have perhaps become biased against other races and their plights. There are races that do experience struggle. And your technology and your wisdom could be of service to them. Think of you being able to add Goliaths or bugbears or dragonborns and being able to study breath weapons and stuff like that to further advance the cause in which you so care about. By focusing solely on Genasi, you have limited your own scope of the ability to which you can help everyone, even if it's just the Genasi people.
The Goliaths do live here. They are one of they are the building stones, the stepping stones of what Ironspire was. As time grew,
They have been phased out.
when
Is that like that you have taken their purpose from them?
not that we've taken the purpose from them, that as we've grown and developed, not that their physical bodies couldn't keep up with the physical strains that it was to build Ironspire. At first, it was fine, but there's a point where a man can only lift so much before their body starts deteriorating.
I agree with this, but do you not think that maybe it would be beneficial to modify and adapt their role? Maybe send them as messengers or merchants. They can haul vast amounts of weight still. If you put it on a cart and sent them out into the world to share in what Ironspire has created, they would still have purpose and still be serving the greater good and your purpose here to develop. Because there might be things in the world that have been developed without your knowledge.
I agree. You know, we have there's that craftsman, Jim.
You know
Very.
Jim?
Who doesn't know Jim?
All right, fair.
He has created such an opportunity to market his creations. But what about your people?
What of my people?
They're closed offish from the rest of the world.
That they are?
How do you think they would handle the technology? Even if it was more of some of our basic technology.
I don't think they would be naturally inclined to using it. However, that doesn't mean that I don't think they could learn. We have survived this long, not because of extreme resilience and refusal to change, but because as times have changed and as situations have changed, we have adapted along with them. And if that requires us to become more technologically advanced, then so be it. That is what we must do in order to survive. That is but basic nature, if you ask me.
So fair enough. I'm just, with the development of Ironspire, creating what will be the future of Prismatica here. Events that happen in Orion will never happen here.
And you have guaranteed that. That is for certain. You have created a arguable paradise. I am not denying that fact, nor minimizing the amount of effort that is taken on your behalf. I am just saying that perhaps you have been all consumed with solely fortifying this location versus trying to prevent the issues that have been plaguing Orion and Prismatica from happening at all. You are an ancient dragon. You are one of the most powerful beings on the planet. And yet you stay here in the form of a genasi studying. Think of what you could do if you would partner up with one of your siblings or even alone. The calamities that you could stop and prevent people from dying to solely by you being there.
That is the issue, though. Out of the other siblings, Arcaval is probably the only one who ever desired to better the people of Prismatica. For the other three, Calica, Gargalian, they are selfish. They are greed.
May I let you know of my plan to handle those three?
You don't need to.
Are you aware of my plan?
I'm not, but once you face those problems, I imagine you all will handle them. As one that is a strategist, I respect how you perceive everything. But I do think it's time to put this as a vote.
I do have one more proposition for you alone.
For me alone? Okay. What may that be?
Would you be willing to form an alliance with myself and my party in a way of support? We will not interfere with you and your operations in Ironspire. However, we would like to align with you in a way in which if we need extra arms or soldiers or things, we could request of you to assist us in times of need. And we would make sure to continue to spread the good word of Ironspire and their high leader, Stormbringer.
I see. I will only say yes under one condition.
What is that condition?
Stormweaver looks over at Baron. Baron, would you please conjure a circle of truth? As Baron conjures the circle of truth that covers the entire courtroom. As long as we are in this circle, no one can tell a lie. If you tell a lie, let's just say the judgment call will strike you down.
I understand.
Shit.
Stormweaver, looks at everyone in the council to prove that the circle is in effect. My title is Stormweaver. No one remembers my name except for me. You see nothing happens. You look at the other council members, though, as a few of them are particularly nervous. Aragrax, you notice a red dot at the center of your chest.
Sniper!
Exactly.
Oh shit, it is one.
There's snipers in D&D?
Brother.
You can't tell where they are positioned, but that they have a lock on you.
I don't like this at all.
Do I have line of sight?
Technically, yeah, through the window.
Oh no.
Can I say that I put up a hand signal to Zoran that it'll be fine? I don't plan on lying, so like,
No.
put up my hands that say like put up both of my hands open palmed towards Stormweaver to kind of show like I'm not fighting. I understand the rules. I plan on following the rules. But also so that Zoran has a better chance of locating me in this room in his line of sight.
That is fine. But
What I'm more so curious is, do I see Baron?
Baron is not. How is it like when you're with line of sight? Is it like a cone, or is it?
Yeah, like
Okay.
It is just like in my field of view. Like, just can I see him?
You can.
This is more so just to like know his position. Like, and I see that he is next to Ignatious.
Baron is leaning against the wall.
Okay, but he's not like
he's not
up
shoulders.
in his.
No, he's
up in his typical council location.
No, he's leaning against the wall. But Aragrax, you do see a concern look in Stormweaver's eyes.
What is with the concerned look?
I didn't put a hit on you.
So then who did?
Holy shit, what the fuck?
I don't know.
What truth? Mm.
May I ask a question of the council, since we are all in this circle of truth?
Go for it. I'd like to hear their answers.
Esteemed High Council, since we are under oath, who has ordered for my death?
They're not in the circle though, are they?
Yeah, they are. It's the whole
entire
courtroom.
room.
It's the whole. Oh shit! I'm in it. God damn.
So
you
don't lie,
watch.
Ignatius goes, I did.
You watch as Strato stands up.
May I ask why, sir?
Because I don't trust you. I don't trust any of you. You don't see the vision.
Any of who? You have seen that I've been able to communicate with Stormweaver about these difficulties, and I'm still alive and breathing in this circle of truth. Therefore, I have not lied.
I kind of step up slowly, kind of slowly stepping up behind Aragrax.
Don't stand directly behind me.
I'm not. I'm kind of slowly moving towards because now it's like I've noticed that my father is the one who's doing this.
You all intrude. We kept to ourselves. We kept it to ourselves. That was the goal, was to just keep it to ourselves. Be just us. What happened in the rest of the world was not our problem. But yet, seeing you all, knowing what you all entail, it just brings disaster. Wherever you go brings disaster.
Has your city befallen disaster since we have arrived?
It has not, but I don't trust it. So I took
Father.
matters in my own hand.
Father. Why?
Ignatius, hold on. I have another question.
What's your question?
Stratos, when
My
you
name?
told the guards to take us alive the other day, were they under orders from you to kill us when we were out of sight?
They weren't.
Remember the circle.
As
They
he
were.
says, they weren't. You watch a lightning strike down where Strato stands.
Ooh, one down. 11 more to go. Who would like to line next?
Whoa.
As Stratos is struck, he is still standing. Heavily injured, but is still standing.
What?
Would you like to retry that answer, Sir Stratos?
They were under my instruction to kill you, whether it was off-site or on-site.
What does my mother think of all this right now? Is there any shred of hope with her?
You look at your mother.
I need to make a perception check.
No, you can see
Yeah.
a smirk on her face.
Okay.
As Ignatious, a red dot appears on your chest now.
Mother. I notice it, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see, so like I kind of like put my hands up, I kind of back up away. I look around the room in this moment. I'm just kind of like looking, obviously frantic. Where's this light coming from? Do I at all notice Excalibur, Zoran, or Null with where they're positioned with me looking around? Do I notice them peering around a corner? Do I see them anywhere?
Can
do not.
I flash my spear, just like the light from it, as like a little reflective mirror almost?
Because like in this at this moment I'm because I'm not strong. I can fight, but I know I'm very dampened with this whole magical thing going on. Am I able to make some quick investigation check to see, like, in terms of like a possible escape route? And in that check, do I see them by chance?
Ignatius, give me a perception check.
Perception. Damn. Okay. Well, that's all right. That's much better than I thought it would have been. Ooh. All right. Well, that's not bad. 10 plus 6, 16.
You can, from a far window, you can see Excalibur trying to signal you with his pike.
Okay. So I just kind of notice it. Just it's a quick glance, so it's like not a
Yeah.
whole lot. So like, okay. So I just kind of like I can't do anything with it, obviously. So I notice it, and I just kind of like turn and I look back, and I'm a little calmer in the moment, but I'm also like still kind of hands up, nervous.
Can I continue with questions?
Go ahead, Aragrax.
Now, Lord Stormweaver, you said there was a condition to this alliance. I have 2 additional questions, but may I hear your condition first to take it under consideration while I ask my final 2?
Of course. For me to accept this proposition, I do have to consider how this might reflect to the people. Some are open to the rest of the people in Prismatica, like Baron, Alabaster, family people. There's some, as you can see, Ignatius's parents betraying him. And
Alabaster and Neptune are my true parents.
As you can probably tell, there's others that probably follow suit more to them than me. But even with that being said, I can't make a decision like this that would affect how the people perceive our goals and admiration without letting them vote.
The entire city vote, or just the council?
The council will be the one who does the vote, as they are the ones who represent the people. As I represent all of Ironspire, the council represents everyone.
You're not even a true Genasi and you represent Ironspire, please.
Please stop talking, Ignatious.
You're in my home, Aragrax, you smartass.
Before you get a sniper shot to the chest, I beg you be silent for a moment.
They won't shoot me right now.
I understand your position. And I do respect it. I will accept the position of it needs to be a vote. However, prior to that vote, I have 2 questions.
Ask your 2 questions.
My first question is, how do you feel about 2 of your own on this council conspiring behind your back to eliminate people who are a perceived threat but have shown no hostility, no violence, and no willingness to hurt any of the people under their rule?
My honest answer is fury.
Circle's still going.
Damn.
It's pure.
That adds an
anger.
additional question, my lord. However, the question I would like to ask prior is, I don't think it is fair to you that the only thing that people know of you is your epithet. I think somebody as just and kind as you deserves to have their name remembered, as well as their epithet. Would you be willing to share your name with me?
I will not.
I asked to marry you.
I understand and I respect your wishes. My final question.
Mm-hmm.
Since you feel fury towards those who have conspired against you, would you allow me to use my own fury that I feel at this situation of having my life in jeopardy over nothing would you allow them to engage me and Ignatious in combat?
For as this is the courthouse, this is not the only trial that happens here is trial by word, not trial by combat. Fighting happens. I'm well aware. For this, I won't allow fighting here in the courthouse. But to write things in the council. Why don't I propose a game?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
What are you proposing?
Sorry, Squid Game.
Scrabble.
A hunt.
A what?
A hunt.
A hut. 10 hut.
What is the target?
Your missing friend.
Gaze.
I'm the only one that knows where he's at.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I don't know if that's true, sir.
Do you see me getting struck down?
Oh, shit.
Do you see me?
I'm not lying.
That's true.
Remember, a lie needs to be a conscious deception. So you might not be lying, but you also might not have all of the information available.
I know exactly where your friend is at as we speak. The
What
council
do you
doesn't
plan on
know.
doing to my friend?
Him? Nothing. I don't plan to do anything with him. If anything, he's currently living his best life.
Is the vote happening before or after this hunt?
Let's make it after. Let's see who comes out on top, because whoever I vote for will get a count of 3 towards their vote.
Interesting. And what happens should we lose this vote? Are we all executed, or are we just barred from returning to Ironspire?
Well, going off of how some of the others are treating this, I don't know if you don't win the game, if you'll live to leave the game.
Then might I propose a set of rules for this game?
What are the rules?
The only people allowed to participate are myself and my party members, as well as the only members allowed to participate on your side are the council members in this room at present. No outside assistance, no outside attempts on our life, no interference from outside sources. It is a strictly sealed game with the 2 parties that I have mentioned.
We are going to amend the rule a little bit. As you say, you don't want to allow outside factors. I think we should allow outside factors because the folks here, sure, not all of them are going to welcome you, but there are some that will. those who are influenced by the council, the few council members that choose to help you, that's on them. The people of Ironspire that choose to help you, they are welcome to. But to make it fair, you've noticed you can't use most of your magic items or magical spells.
Yes, that is
And
quite cumbersome.
as it wouldn't be fair for the council members to have the advantage of them being able to use magic no matter where they are in Ironspire, and you guys being limited. Outside resources will be permitted, but I will reveal all 6 locations of the arcane generators that are jamming your magic.
Time to update the map.
May I make an amendment to your amendment?
Depends.
Are you proposing that we have to track down these 6 generators and deactivate them prior to us being allowed to start the hunt?
You can choose to deactivate none of the generators, one of the generators. The game ends when you find Gaze. Or whoever finds Gaze. The council does not know where he's at. Nor do you know his exact location.
That is correct. Should we happen across council members who are hostile, the use of force, would that be limited or no?
All goes. You can kill him. If they show hostility, you have every right to defend yourself. Clearly, they show no remorse in trying to kill you.
I do not blame them for wanting to protect their home. I do blame them, however, for being underhanded in tactics and being blatant about lying about wanting to take my life.
I agree. That is why I proposed the game. Do you accept? Yes or no?
Yes, I accept.
Fantastic. Then I say, let the games begin.
Are you gonna send Dylan the locations of the generators?
I'll send it. I'll send it to y'all.
Okay.
Get me out! Get me out!
As
It's time to jump in.
As he finishes saying, "Let the games begin," you hear a rifle fired.
Oh,
I use my ice breath to put a wall up in front of me and Ignatius.
can't use magic.
Not magic,
Ice
it's an
breath is
ability
an
of my
innate
race.
ability.
Oh, fair.
As you watch as this bullet is traveling through your ice, the momentum doesn't seem like it's still burrowing through.
Dylan?
Well, at this moment, I am jumping through the window with both of them holding on to the back of both of the other people that are with me and casting darkness centered on these two.
You, Zoran,
Holy
hear
shit.
hear a chuckle.
Oh.
You know, we had a feeling you would show up, Zoran.
Oh, so you do know my name.
Yeah. You know, do you remember Simo?
Simo Dick.
No.
Well, Simo is a skilled up marksman. And you got one little problem with your little darkness act.
Are you sure about that?
He can see through the shadows.
Dude can actually see Mo.
That's
Wait,
fine
he's still
by
got
me.
a
I
roll
won't.
to hit me, though,
I won't
doesn't
be
he?
here
Like, that's
long.
Free shot. Like, he's still gotta hit me.
We're all in the darkness, correct?
Oh yeah.
Currently.
I grabbed the other two and grappled them and drug them with me. So, time to head to the safe house.
Yeah, can we
Use the darkness.
Homeboy,
Skadoosh,
let's
I'm out
stop
of there.
asking questions and let's get the fuck out of here.
Skadoosh, we're out of there.
As you all
poor
arrive
Baron?
back to the safe house.
Oh, well, knowing that one of them can see through my darkness is vital information, actually. Glad that I got that.
It's good, though, that we know who they are targeting. It is
Yeah.
me and Ignatius that they are after. If it was the other three, I doubt that they would have just been allowed to stand and observe for that long without having shots taken at them.
I can tell
I
you
believe
this.
the only reason that Ignatius and I were spared for as long as we were is because we were in the presence of Stormweaver.
I can tell you this too from just my short little acknowledgement of the conversation that was just happening. You're not one of their favorites either. And who are you, might I ask, my friend?
Right. We haven't met. My name is Zoran, as you heard them say. I have been, not to sound stalkery, but keeping tabs on you since you left the city.
Well, I'm Ignatious.
Don't-
Nice to finally meet you. And I put my hand out.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too.
I shake your hand.
Hey, Ignatius.
Yes.
Could you do
Don't
me
look
a
at the wall.
perception check real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Don't look at the wall.
Oh, that would be a nat 20.
Oh,
Perfect.
You
Ignatius,
are-
if you take a look to your left,
oh God.
over on the left, there is a string board with red yarn with picture after picture from
A map
village
of
everywhere
of the
you have
entire-
gone in the last year.
I just kind of like walk over to it. I'm just kind of like, I look back over at him and I said, I'm like, you have questions for me?
Nope, I have. I know all the information I need to know.
Ah.
Listen,
This is
I know
all
it
very-
looks weird.
This is all very interesting.
I told them before you were here, but I see you as the key to fixing this city, and therefore keeping tabs on you was the best thing I could think of to do.
Huh.
It's harmless, Ignatius. He is a great asset to have, especially with us being in this hunt.
Oh,
Oh, also,
Trust-
we're in the sewer.
oh, good. I never came down here. No one ever comes down here, so this is a great
Yep,
spot.
exactly.
So don't Aragrex, I agree. I'm just in awe. You've got everything. You even know I'm talking to Tiamat, man.
For the future, place after all this, if I travel with you guys, I'll know whether or not you've been somewhere.
Huh. You and I are going to need to talk.
Yeah, we will.
Because
We'll definitely talk.
Yeah. Also, with my perception check. How long has Valdine been sleeping, guys?
Since we arrived in this safe house.
He's still
Excalibur,
sleeping.
can he leave the dream?
No. Victor.
He'll wake up. I promise he'll wake up.
While you guys were sleeping, I may have did something.
Oh.
Also, Ignatius,
Yes.
just so you know, we received a note before the meeting that told us where Gaze was.
Well, it's funny.
I'll double check the information.
It's funny that you say that because before the council meeting, Stormweaver confronted me in the room they were keeping me in, and he told me where Gaze actually was as well.
Okay then.
There's
We're on
only
the
one
same
other
page.
person who heard that information though. And can I ask, was there a reason were we not able to get Baron out of there?
From what I could see, it didn't seem like he was particularly important to you. If I was misjudging the situation, that's on me.
May I also say,
It's fine.
I know you have a connection with Baron. I think for the time being, we need to be very cautious of what council members we affiliate ourselves with. We do not know what side they truly play for. Considering your father was willing to lie in a circle of truth, knowing that the risk was death, and the rest of the council stayed silent, I think it is in our best interest to either try to pick them off during this hunt while we send a team to go retrieve Gaze, or make sure that we win this game so that we get Stormweaver's approval.
I can verify some of our information through Edzar. Oh, you weren't here for that. God, omniscient,
who's
omniscient-ish being. I can verify information with him.
Okay.
I'll verify first that this is truly the location of Gaze, and second, I will run by him the possibility of Baron truly being an ally.
The reason why I ask is, as far as I know, Baron is the only person who had freedom to roam and also was there when Stormweaver revealed Gaze's location.
Well, then I guess we should track down Baron.
To me, that makes Baron a very possible ally. And I think he makes a very important one because, like I said, him and I are very, very good friends. If he is on our side, this could be an in Aragrax to get us close to council members. And I can tell you, I'm going to say this again, and Zoran, you can either agree or disagree with this. Alabaster and Neptune, they seem very, very open to the idea of this different ironspire that I think I can help create.
Honestly,
I would like
now
to
knowing
not
that
risk
your
killing
parents were the ones that were so ingrained in keeping Ironspire closed, and it wasn't necessarily Stormweaver's plan, it definitely shifts my perspective of things. I'm going to need to talk a lot with Edzar.
Yes, and I need to speak with Tiamat because
So my communication is with Edzar is fairly minimal. I
Mm-hmm.
can't have open communication with him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see what information I can gather in a short time frame.
I need to speak with Tiamat because when Aragrax was having that back and forth with him, I did see the fury when he realized that there was a conspiracy under his nose to have us killed. He does, I can say this, ever since I've known Stormweaver, this was before he was a dragon, because he's been here for a long time. Before I knew he was a dragon. He cares about the knowledge and the prosperity of Ironspire. He always has. I worry a little bit about his ulterior motives with the sharp shift into the creation of weapons and war machines that they've made in the last year. However, I do believe that could have been my parents with Stormweaver's influence, but like I said, I should commune with Tiamat. Aragrax, you should commune with yours as well. And we need to...
Might I offer a different perspective on the weapons production? Stormweaver mentioned that he was aware of what that pesky sorcerer that we have been dealing with has been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Could the weapons preparation have been a defensive measure for the inevitable resurrection of Tiamat and Bahamut? Could Stormweaver truly be scared of his parents to the point of where he is arming an entire nation for war?
It's very possible.
It is possible.
I will also say this, though. Tiamat spoke with him when he came to see me in the chamber. He didn't seem scared. He seemed confident.
Remember what he said of Bahamut, though. He witnessed... The word he used was terror or catastrophe or something along those lines. If you consider something a catastrophe, it is something that you deem out of your control.
Mm-hmm.
And Stormweaver seems like a dragon who very much enjoys control and almost hoards it. I don't think he has a traditional hoard in the sense of gold, riches, or wealth. I think he has a hoard of knowledge and safety. And I think when that hoard of safety got jeopardized, even if he's not going to show it or admit it, he might have panicked a little bit subconsciously, knowing that the catastrophe that he can't control could return.
Zoran.
Yes.
In that time that I've been gone, did this shift into the creation of weapons rather than just technology, did it seem like it was in preparation? Did it seem like it was just they felt like they needed to do this shift in a way with their knowledge? Did it seem as harmless as weapons and war machines can feel? Did it feel harmless, or did it feel like there was ulterior motives, or did it feel like a defensive situation?
But what sort of information would I have regarding that?
You don't know. That wasn't a type of a question you were worried about asking.
To be honest, my biggest concern has been Stormweaver.
It definitely shows the difference between where my brain is and where your brain is at.
Yeah.
Because
I think one thing that still hasn't been addressed is why Stormweaver is so obsessed with that spire.
Yes.
The spire in the center of the city. He is the one who has been pushing the construction of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is the thing that I know is entirely him that wants.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't imagine that it's for anything good.
I think clearly, I think we should all be in agreement. We need to take out we can. I don't feel good about splitting up, but
Yes.
the magic or the what are they called? The arcane what?
Arcane generators.
Arcane generators need to come down. They need to be
Yes,
deactivated.
100%.
I'm basically useless with them.
I know what order we should probably tackle this in.
Okay.
I think the least defense, the place with the least defense, correct me if I'm wrong, Bo, would most likely be the mansion.
To
That,
what it
to
would
me,
seem.
That, to me, would be the place. That was one of the ones I knew of before. It
My
seems
family's
like the one
mansion.
with the least amount of defense.
My family's mansion.
Is it his family's mansion, Bo?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's least amount. Yeah, it would be the least defended.
That is the one that seems the least defended. We could target that one. Yes.
I want to go there
Excalibur.
tonight.
But if they have hitmen actively on us, don't you think that they would have some sort of way to fend us off at the mansion?
Good.
That is true. Other than
They-
that, the council is most likely the least offended one, but once the council one is down, my quick escapes, anything like that, gone. We need to save that one as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to pick another one, we would either go straight to the spire, which is also where Gaze is, as far as we're aware.
Mm-hmm.
We either go there, or we could go to the refinery in the northwest corner. That would, if we were able to take down the refinery in that operation as well, that would also hinder their manufacturing at the arms and vehicles plants.
That is,
Zoran,
I would like to save that closest to last because if we can get that down, that can be something I can influence. If we are successful, and your vision of me being the key. If we're successful, my plan for Ironspire involves that refinery coming down.
Yes, we can. I believe we should take it down. I just don't know how much effort we would have to put in relative to the mansion or the spire. I think those two would probably be our easiest starts.
Mm-hmm.
Zoran,
But as Excalibur mentioned, the mansion might not be as safe as I assumed, since your parents are the ones behind the assassination attempts.
Yes.
how many people share in your cause, Zoran?
I have no allies other than you guys now.
There
I have been a one-man band.
The people
Goliaths are
Inspire.
the Goliaths are sympathetic to my cause, but they have been keeping to themselves, and their numbers have been seeming to dwindle, which scares me. I fear that they're being slowly picked off without us being able to notice.
I wish to go to the mansion.
The Genasi are very they're gonna listen to who's in charge. They're very structured, as Stormweaver said. And if I do say, Zoran, I apologize. Majority of my people do not like Goliath.
Oh, I am well aware.
Yes, so I'm not surprised if they're being picked off. And take it from me, I on behalf of my people, I apologize, and I intend to put a stop to that.
Yeah.
Ignatius.
Hmm.
Are you opposed to me killing your parents?
Am I opposed?
Yes.
I am opposed to you killing my parents before I have the chance to speak with them. However, I I would like to look my father in the eyes. And I would like to look my mother in the eyes. And I want them to know. In their last moments, their lives will be in my hands. What they have done to my home, to my people, I want them to answer for that. And for them to just sit. I don't know if you noticed, Aragrax, Zoran, Excalibur, and all. I don't know if you guys noticed. But my mother, when my father was standing there, my mother was grinning when my father was threatening to have me killed.
No, I did not notice.
They're not my
Maybe I
parents
noticed.
anymore. They're not my
And
parents anymore.
And I have something to tell you. When I saw her grin, at that moment her fate was sealed. I thought there might have been redemption in her and a mother's love for her child. But seeing a grin when a sniper sight was trained on her son, I vow to you, as a friend and party member, that I will rip that smile from her face.
No, I saw when Bo broke my heart when I asked what was my mother doing in that moment, and that she was smiling. I went, "Oh!" I was like, "Oh!" I thought maybe one of them would be sympathetic.
It seems like we have a plan. Well, I guess I should probably ask. Do we want to go to the mansion, try and disable its arcane generator, then head to the spire? Or do we want to try heading to the spire straight away?
I vote we go to the mansion and eliminate the opposition first. I think that more people on the council are willing to listen to Stormweaver, who they have pledged their alliance, than Stratos and his wife. I think if we remove Stratos and his wife, we remove the hitman, because nobody pays if they are dead, as well as we remove 2 opposing votes, even if we should win this game.
That'll also give me more time to ask more questions of Edzar, so...
What do you think, Excalibur?
You were the most opposed to the mansion.
At this point, there's really no true decision on what we can make or what we can do. Though, if Gaze was here, I feel like Gaze would like us to try the mansion. Whatever Gaze has planned right now, and whatever he wants to say to Stormweaver, it must be important. And I think we shouldn't interrupt said plan. He has his best intentions for the party and for, as we know, Prismatica. And if we are to trust him, I think we need to let him do his thing. So the mansion should be the better option.
I trust Gaze implicitly.
Where do you stand, Null?
I think I agree. If somebody has a better something in mind, then why throw a wrench in the plan? Someone's obviously thought this out.
I think we're all in agreements. I was leaning towards Spire because I feel like an attack on the mansion would be much easier with Gaze. However, Excalibur mentioning Gaze having a plan is probably correct. If there's one thing I know about Gaze, it is that he will always be planning something out. And I believe in the Spire with Stormweaver, he is safe. After what just went down and what we just witnessed, I would be much much more concerned if Stormweaver were the combatant, were the one behind it. But like you said, Aragrax, removing the cancer at the root is the main goal right now. So I also agree.
But we still have to be sure that we find him before the council does.
Yes.
If the council makes it there first, we are screwed.
Could we split up?
I don't like that.
I do not think the splitting up is the wisest decision. We should definitely give Gaze his time. If you guys have your trust in him, then we should all go to the mansion.
I have made the mistake of not trusting Gaze in the past. I will not make that mistake again.
Do they need to like take Gaze and bring him somewhere, or do they just need like what happens if they find him?
Well, I'm assuming Stormweaver's going to be with him, and it's going to be whoever comes into the room.
And he's just going to know if they show up.
Yes,
I would assume so.
I can tell you this.
Because I feel Stormweaver is going to make sure that
Stormweaver's with him for eliminated. Sure. No, Stormweaver's going to be with him for sure. They won't kill him. I don't think Stormweaver will let him kill him. I think Stormweaver will end the game if they show up, and they won't have a chance. But I'm going to say this. Out of, like, for sure, Neptune, and just from what I know, and Zoran, you can probably speak to this as well. Neptune and Alabaster, for sure, are not hunters. They are not. They are small family men that have built their lives from nothing in the world of Ironspire. They are on the council because of their connection and their influence on the Water Genasi and the Earth Genasi, or Air Genasi. Alabaster was Earth or Air?
Alabaster's an Air Genasi.
Air Genasi. So they are basically representatives of the people of Ironspire, not so much the warriors, the hunters. Like they're not going to be a problem. I'm gonna want to know. I don't know about the other council members, but those two.
As of current, most of my knowledge was who were directly serving Stormweaver, and those were the ones so far that I had eliminated. Because his plan with that spire is something evil. I know that. But I just don't know what to think about your parents being the ones behind the whole assassination plot. I need to speak with Edzar as much as I physically can, but my communication with him is fairly limited as of current. Though.
I will speak with Tiamat. I will get more answers as to where we believe Stormweaver is, and I know how several of you feel about me communing with Tiamat. However, the Stormweaver that was speaking in the council chambers and the Stormweaver that was speaking to Tiamat were very different Stormweavers.
Yes.
So I don't know how much the Stormweaver you were speaking to, Aragrax, I was believing it a little bit. But then I keep thinking back to what Tiamat has said and the way he spoke to her in front of me. I don't know where I can trust. I have to speak with Tiamat more. I have to figure out what I can. Do we have free roam with this hunt, or are we going to basically be under a gun the whole time if we're freely roaming Ironspire?
I believe there will be assassins after us.
That makes things a little bit harder.
It's for you to find out.
Okay.
This is
I don't have my gun, do I?
You do.
Nope.
It shoots regular shit.
They took it from me. Yeah, I don't have it.
Nope.
It's in the mansion.
As
Yeah,
of
it's
right
in the
now,
mansion.
Ignatious is
Mansion is the first place we must go. Mansion is the first place we must go.
Right.
I would like my weapon.
Zoran, may I say something?
Yeah.
In your research of who has been serving Stormweaver, I know you said you have eliminated those who were directly serving Stormweaver. Have you done any research into who is serving under Stratos and his wife? Do we know how many are aligned with those?
Her name is Ignatia, by the way. We never said it, but
Well,
that's
I
the
don't
name I came up
respect.
with. That's fine. It's just the name I came up with because it sounds like my name.
I said Ignatia a while ago. Or no, I
I
said
know you did.
Ignia.
You said Ignia, and then I saw Ignatia when I was looking through names for Fire Genasi, and I was like, that's pretty cool. That's I like that.
I was so focused on Stormweaver that I didn't bother to ask beyond him.
Here's my concern. If we do not go to the mansion and eliminate those two, they clearly have the means to hire Hitman. The thing about Hitman is they are fantastic hunters. What if they call off the hunt for us and put on a hunt for Gaze while we are trying to gather our feet? We need to strike at the serpent's head now, before that serpent is prepared to strike.
I agree. My father has hands everywhere.
So
and
it's
has
settled.
feelers.
We go to the mansion. We disable the arcane generator there. We confront your parents, if at all possible. And then we regroup and most likely head to the Spire next.
If I know one thing about somebody who will hire a contract killer, it's that they are a coward and they will hide behind anything that they can because they do not wish to face the consequences of their actions. They will be at the mansion.
If they hide, they are in the shadows, and the shadows are my domain. They will not make it out of this alive.
And that mansion was mine. There's not many places they can hide in that mansion that I won't know.
And with my heightened senses, they will not be able to whisper if they are within a house of me.
Alright, let's... Excalibur, do you have anything to add? What about you, Null?
Some badass
Nope.
threats.
I was gonna say, I'm thinking, sounding good.
Alright. Excalibur?
I don't have anything to add.
Alright. Let's do this.
Val, do you?
As you all get ready. No.
Yes.
You get a vision.
Mm.
A vision of a possible outcome.
To come, not to be outrun.
You see a city of fire,
Ooh, Pompeii.
embers, destruction.
Pompeii.
Standing a friend or a foe, you can't tell. In a duel, eyes locked. Bang. One body
Bang.
drops, the other walks away.
Damn.
God damn it.
For
One of us is dying. God damn
that
it.
is a prophecy you see in a future timeline. But that
You
is
know what?
all for tonight.
Hell yeah.
Jesus. Oh my god.
Son of a bitch.
Gosh, that's wild.
As next time, they continue to explore Ironspire in a watchful eye. What is Gaze doing? Hopefully we'll hear soon. Folks, I hope you're enjoying this. As always, though, this is the War of the Chromatics here at the Lion's Den. I hope you're ready for more stories to come. Well, that's all. I hope to see you around next time.
Damn.
Goodbye.
Bye.